Hi guys, welcome to For the Love of Cars. Now, today we are talking about something that every car buyer must understand. You should understand it. Things that sellers say that should make you pause.
From dusty roads to dreams we patrol. Reviews teams we break it down. Helping every driver in the
Things that sellers say that should make you pause. Not things that sellers say that make them bad people. Or not the things that sellers say that mean they're bad people. You know, we cannot know a bad person just by the things they say. We have seen it in our country. We can only know the people are actually bad by the things they do. We have all seen a bad person doing bad things to other people. And now we know that that person is actually a bad person. And even the people that love that bad person know that that person is a bad person because he has done bad things to other people. So regardless of if the other people are bad or good, what you do to those people can only be used to judge you, not them. A nugget of wisdom. Now, we are not attacking sellers. We are not attacking brokers. But some sellers are not honest. Well, some sellers are very honest. Some brokers are also honest. But you see, in car buying, words are not enough. We have said words are not enough. A seller can say the car is good, but the car can still have problems. A seller can say the problem is small, but the repair may still be expensive. A seller can say the documents are okay, but the transfer may still disturb you. So today I may bring some things to light that you never thought of. What you have thought of them, but you never thought they were important. I want to give you a simple rule. When buying a car, do not only listen to what the seller says. Listen, pause, and verify. You see, many people do not lose money because they fail to hear. They lose money because they had and trusted too quickly. Owulira no peaking na mango bakuli nyao muliro negukwatirawo nobanga moloka ya petrol egukumirawo tebanga ya diesel dagayamu. So let us imagine you have gone to see a car and you have the money and you have a dream and you have already made a picture of yourself in your head driving. The car is shining, the AC is cold, the seller is confident, the broker is smiling, your friend is telling you this one is nice. Yeah? At the moment, your emotions are very active, but your brain must also remain active. Your brain must remain present. Your brain must be there with you because this is where certain statements come in. Small statements, sweet statements, pressure statements, statements that sound normal, but in fact, they had risks. So as we go through this video, I want you to imagine yourself standing next to a car, smiling, next to that car that you want to buy. So every time a seller says one of these things, do not fight, you do not accuse, you simply pause and ask yourself, what does that mean? Because some of you guys are buying a car for the very first time. Can we verify it? Can we put it in writing? I've been part of transactions where people are buying their third car and they never ask themselves this question. They've been hearing this. Oh, that happened even last time. And I did not know how to handle it. So we're going to start and ask ourselves.
helping every driver in the town. For the love.
Buy and drive. Ene moroka jora bawano ya buy and drive. Ene moroka jora bawano egenda kuba buy and drive. Ene moroka jora baje bayita buy and drive. Ene moroka jora ba egenda kuba buy and drive. Now, buy and drive is something else. It's a very common statement. It sounds sweet because every buyer wants buy and drive. Nobody wants buy and repair. Nobody wants buy and tow. Nobody wants to buy and start looking for parts. But when a seller says buy and drive, pause and then ask yourself, buy and drive for how long? Buy and drive to where? Buy and drive without service? Buy and drive without tires? Buy and drive without suspension work? Buy and drive without the warning lights? Some people disable engine check lights. Buy and drive with those leakages? Because sometimes buy and drive means it can move from this place to the next place. And the next place might actually be second market or wise or the garage or ebiganye diagnosis, maybe it can just move from here to there. Buy and drive. You see, it doesn't really mean that the car is mechanically sorted. So when you hear the statement buy and drive, do not argue. Just test the car. Start the car cold, check the dashboard, check the engine, check underneath the car. You treat it once we moroka. Test it. Scan it with the diagnosis machine. Check the tires. Check the hubs, check the brakes, check the AC, check the documents. Buy and drive manya inacha. You see, if it's truly buy and drive, I can tell you that verification will support everything. It will support the statement buy and drive. If it's not, the car will start speaking. For us, we speak to the cars. I listen to it telling me stuff. And sometimes after buy and drive, the seller adds another sweet line. You see, it only needs a small service. After he has said buy and drive, you reach the car. And now you start the car and there's a squeaking. It's like, it needs a small service. See, you know the gearbox, the gear, and it does good. Ka service ka gear ka weddeko. You start the engine and the engine has all cherry. Service it only needs more service. You see, the first statement was buy and drive. The second statement is it only needs small service. Why didn't you give it the small service if it really needs just a small service? This statement can sound harmless, but pause. It only needs a small service because small service can mean many things. Yeah, you see, to one person, small service means oil and filter. To another person, small service includes plugs, coils, air cleaner, brake pads, tires, wheel alignment, wheel balancing, engine overhauling, gearbox oil, working on the leakages. So when someone says it only needs small service, ask yourself, which service exactly? Is it engine oil? Is it gearbox oil? Is it coolant? Is it spark plugs? Is it filters? Is it brakes? Is it suspension? What is it? Is there a quotation? Backward quotation? No caravan. It's small service. Somebody want to limba. Has the mechanic checked? Or is it just a sentence to relax me? Because these sellers, and they have coming, when a person has experience in selling cars, they have this calming face. They look at you with a calming face. They have those smiles they put on to make you relax. A serious seller should not fear clarity. Never. If the car only needs small service, let us know which service. And sometimes they will tell you and they will be lying because the buyer needs to budget properly. That's why when we're doing pre-purchase inspection, we do the inspection, then we quote, you need to do this, and this will be the range. That's why you need to do the inspection. A car of 20 million shillings that needs 500k service is different from a car of 20 million that needs 3 million to become as good as the one that needed 500,000 shillings. You get it? Now, small service is not the most dangerous one. Let me first tell you. Someone says small service because they don't know what service is. Look at the person telling you it needs small service. Have they ever driven a car? Have they ever owned a car? Have they ever even serviced a car? And guys, we need to judge a book by its cover here. When we are buying cars, a person that sits in a car every day can be seen. There is no way going to tell me you sit in a car every day, you drive a car every day, we went to a bond sometime, and the washer boy who was also a broker in the job was telling a buyer who was buying a Nissan X-Trail. He said, Nissan X-Trail. Ewa. Gokuva wajja no double zimabega. Wajja ovuga Nissan X-Trail katoyoza motoka. We need to judge books by their cover sometime.
For the love of cars, Uganda, we roll.
You know how you go to buy a car and you see a check engine light? This happens. I mean, we see check engine lights when we are in the bond and you clear, and when you diagnose with the machine, it says that there was rough idle. The engine shut off abruptly, normally because the fuel ran out. That's not the case every time. You enter the car, you see the check engine light, the seller says quickly, kasensa konagambya abana bakakora n'ebyo nakakora mubi. That's why you guys need a diagnosis machine. Of course, what was the name of the OBD1? Sekata wateka mwaka akata nekati mirundi satu ngakamugambi echirodde. Nekato mirundi mnana kamugambi echirodde. You see, you need to pause when the seller is telling you that's just a sensor. Pause. You need to respect the engine light. It's not by accident. It's like how you're walking and then you get dizzy. You get dizzy today. You get dizzy tomorrow. That's check engine. Check your engine. Something is wrong. You get, because it might actually be just a sensor. But also, maybe it's not just a sensor. Maybe a check engine light, you see, is not a decoration. It is the car saying scan. Check means Jako Musai. And Jako Musai for cars is put a diagnosis machine, say health report. It will do a health report. Or read live data. You get. So do not accept just a sensor as a diagnosis. Some of those guys don't even know how many sensors are in a car. So ask yourself, which sensor? Which code? When did it start? Has it been scanned? Is there a report? Does the car drive normally? Is the fuel consumption okay? Is it misfiring? Is it smoking? Is it overheating? You see, the problem is not that the seller said it's just a sensor. The problem is when the sensor is used to stop you from checking, and sometimes that's what it is. A real sensor issue can be manageable, but a hidden engine or emission issue can become very expensive. So when you see a warning light, do not panic. I say do not panic. Remember our last videos, but do not ignore. Scan before the money moves. This is your hard-earned money. You get? And you see, the same style of talking appears with gearbox problems. That is just a sensor. Gearbox is etandise okujackinga, iterinya bulungi busozi. Hydraulic. Pose mu katimba. A seller cannot be advising you on what to do. You're clearly here, it's a gearbox issue. CVT. When you put a machine and the oil is too hot, too warm, the machine has told you and the seller is telling you to do the service. You test drive the car. It delays, it jacks, it slips, it hesitates. Then the seller says, Banabana Tibacho so hydraulic. And they have confidence. They have confidence. So pause, you need to pause properly. Because gearbox oil can help when the issue is maintenance related. But not every gearbox problem is solved by oil. Sometimes delay is from the engine response. Sometimes it's the dirty throttle. Sometimes it's CVT trouble. Sometimes it's worn out gearbox internals. Sometimes it's just low or the wrong fluid. Sometimes the gearbox already suffered. So when someone says gearbox only needs oil, ask, why has the oil not been changed already? I ask that question every day. When we go for inspection, I always ask these guys, okay, you're telling me it's more, why didn't you do it? What oil is required? Why is the level low if you have a dipstick? Is there a leakage? You look. Does it jack when hot or cold? Does it delay after a long distance? Has it been scanned? You see, these machines can show you. You check with the diagnosis machine, it will tell you the error codes were last cleared in the last 400 minutes. You get, can we test drive properly? Gearbox repairs are not jokes, especially with the new CVT gearboxes. So never let one sentence from a broker that has a calm face or an fatherly looking face calm you before you do proper test drives. Now let us move to the mechanical talk. We call it the mechanical talk that happens when you talk about the body history. This is where the cars, you see, when you look at the car body, you realize that, you know, the body is like the dress. It's like my shirt here. If my shirt is wrinkled, then I did not iron, definitely. So, but sometimes a car can be shiny. Like there are guys that know how to prepare cars for sale. There are guys that know how to prepare cars for sale. They go, they feel whatever thing needs to be filled, and it's all smooth like it's a 0 mileage car. But after buying the car, the filler starts to crack. And this is going to happen to some people that have inspected the cars. I kept telling them they don't listen. Yeah? The car is shiny and the seller is saying the car has never had an accident. Tell him what you go. Tetomera angake original body. Bati. I need you to pause, because accident history is not confirmed by confidence. It's confirmed by inspection. Olaba omusajja agenda kuguza emmotoka and then he starts telling you, eyo nze njesiga, mugende mwe mukebere. Nze eyo njesiga, and then the other brokers are saying, oyo tasuubula bibi. Oyo emmotoka asuubula mabaati, wano ffenna gwe twesiga. And then because other 4 or 5 people have said the same thing, you think, hey, this must be genuine. And probably because they are all the same age, 45, 42, 38, you start thinking, bana basajja bakute basobola kulimba. Because some of them have potbellies, you're there saying, bano balina ku sente. So you need to check panel gaps. You need to check paint differences. You need to check bolts. When was the last time they were like unbolted? Chassis rails. You need to check the boot flow. You want to see what boot you. Even the sides and the reverse brake lights. You need to check the front panels. Okay? The radiator support. Our radiator way to right. Radiator way to very important. Headlights. How are the headlights aligned? The bumper alignment is also very important. The windscreen markings. Has it ever been removed? The airbag area. Badges zamu, they sealed. A car can look clean after repair. You see, some repairs are cosmetic. Some repairs are structural. Now, the sellers will deal with cosmetic repairs. The things that make you guys say, Moroka, Baragam. But there is a big difference. Cosmetic repairs, structural repairs. Now, it's normally the structural repairs that you guys cannot see. That's why people like Arthur come in. Because for them, they can see the cosmetic, the structural repairs. Yeah? So, you need to differentiate where the structures, the cosmetics stop and the structures actually begin. So when someone says no accident, do not start arguing. Toyomba. Just inspect quietly. That's what we do. Inspect quietly. If the body tells a different story, believe the evidence. When we are buying cars, it's evidence. As long as it doesn't add up, it doesn't add up. So, but sellers, sellers do not clean the car's body history. They clean the body. They clean the body so that it looks like you. You're a lawyer that is looking for a sleek Mercedes Benz. This one had a very bad history. It knocked a tree. And also, probably the thing that we also do when we are checking, you have to make sure you buy a car that has never knocked a person. I've had rumors, and I don't know if it's true. I've had rumors that when a car knocks a person, the ghost stays in the car. So don't have proof. But I've had, so you just have to buy a car that has never knocked a person. Okay, knocked a person. If a person did not die, then you're okay. But if knocked a person and the person died, the ghost will be there sitting with you. But this is, I also don't know, but this is something I've heard, that the ghost stays there. Now imagine you're driving at midnight and then someone is sitting next to you bleeding. Lady driven. Moroka ya mchala. Mukazi yabadde nagivuga. Ebadde esiba mu kikomera. Hajati yabadde agivuga. Mchala musumba. It's very famous. Lady driven. That's something that brokers and sellers use to sell you bad cars. Now, ya mchigo. Now let us be fair. Some lady driven cars are very clean. Some are very well maintained. Some are carefully used. But lady driven is not a mechanical report. Lady driven is not an inspection report. It does not tell you the engine condition. It does not tell you the gearbox condition. It does not tell you the service history. It does not tell you the car has leaks. It does not tell you if the suspension is tired. It does not tell you if the mileage is genuine. I mean, so when you hear lady driven, I need you to smile and continue checking. You see, if women can lie to us when we are with them, just imagine what they can do to the car when they are not with it. The car does not know gender. It knows maintenance. It knows roads. It knows oil. It knows coolant. It knows tires. It just knows how it's driven. So let the condition speak. Don't let someone just tell you, and after lady driven, another sweet one normally comes. Genuine mileage. Tebagikwatanga, tebagisala mileage. Oyo haji tasala mileage. Oba, oyo no muyindi waawo omulaba. oyo muyindi emoroka aleta class a grade a mileage yeyo erika emitwalo emika ebiri kitundu. Who told you that a car that was manufactured in 2017 driven in Japan until it was abandoned can have 25,000 kilometers and still cost the same as the others that have 100,000 kilometers? Because if you bought a car that had 25,000 kilometers and it cost you almost double what the other over 100,000 kilometers cost you, that would be fair. But you know, I buy a Subaru Impreza with 200,000 kilometers and I buy 35. Even you is buying one with 25,000 kilometers, you buy the same price. Oli mujega. And I try to make it very civil there. But then so when someone says you it's genuine mileage, slow mileage, yes, good, but pause. Mileage is important, but it's not the whole truth. A car with no mileage can be abused. I've seen this so many times. A car with higher mileage can be maintained very well. And sometimes mileage can be difficult to trust. So do not only look at the number on the dashboard and say, hey, kilometer mitwalo 12. Yeah, look at the whole car. Steering wear, pedal wear, seat wear, service history, engine condition, suspension condition, dashboard condition. Look at the tires. You look at the records. Computer data fetusoma nolaba temperature ya engine oil, the pressure of the oil, how much is the pump working, how much is the coolant going, water pump. If the car says 60,000 kilometers, but the interior looks like it has worked in 3 different dimensions. Yeah? If the mileage is low, but the engine is noisy, pause. If the seller refuses deeper checking, pause. Mileage should support the story. Mileage should support the story, not carry the whole story alone. Olaba mugenda mulowoza ndinokuba mmoroka erika emitwalo 3 teyetaaga kebera, yetaaga okebera. You've seen people that have smartphones. Someone buys a smartphone, he's the first user, drops it 4 times the very first day. And someone buys a phone, holds it for a year, never dropped it. So if that can happen with phones, what makes you think it can't happen with cars? Let us go to the documents, because a car can be mechanically good but legally complicated, like the markets we saw last weekend.
From dusty roads to dreams we patrol.
Sales agreement, identification, phone call concept. You see, the concept of phone calls is something that I found, but people did not have a name for it, so me, I coined it. I call it the phone call concept. People just didn't know. They just said, so now I gave it an English name, phone call concept. So the seller says the owner is not around, but do not worry. Pause. Worry a little. Don't panic, because when you panic, some of you people, when you panic, you grow small, you grow thin. Worry enough to verify. When I do inspections for people, I verify everything. Because the person showing you the car may be a broker. And that's okay. Brokers do that job. But who has the authority to sell this car? Who will sign for the car? Whose name is on the logbook? Is the owner aware that the car is being sold? Can the owner be reached? Is there a written authorization? Can transfer happen? You see, a car purchase is not only keys and money. It is ownership. Ownership is not clear, then the deed is not clear. Kasachibanga nanyini moroka, ne moroka, tewali amanye ani, then don't buy that car. Do not pay serious money to someone whose authority is not clear. Togezako, omuntu alimo omubuza nanyini moroka yani, kati ate, whatever, kati. The moment they start explaining like that, leave it. The documents are coming. Someone will clearly tell you, in papura bazireta. You sit there for an hour and the papers have not come. And by papers, I mean logbook, transfer forms. The trick that I normally use with the people I inspect for is, if we look at a car and we are paying cash, I bring you 1 million, I give it to you, I say, bring my transfer forms, I give you the balance. The moment the transfer forms come, then I can just pay the balance. The transfer forms don't come, you give me back my 1 million and they walk away. The seller says, what do the buyer is coming. Don't let people panic you. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's pressure. But either way, do not let another buyer rush you into your judgment. You see, for me, it has happened to me before. We went to inspect a Subaru. We were buying it at 43 million. We walked away. Other buyers came and bought it at 50. This is something I've witnessed before. But that doesn't happen everywhere. Okay, we ended up buying it at 46 million. Another one, not that one, another one. Because this one was bought at 50. It happens sometimes, but not all the time. So don't let another buyer rush your judgment. A rushed buyer misses details. A rushed buyer forgets inspection. A rushed buyer pays deposit quickly. A rushed buyer says let me secure it. The problems start the moment you start rushing. If the car is good, it should survive inspection. If the seller is serious, they should allow verification. If another buyer takes it, let them take it. You see, a person that has money is more powerful than a person that has a car. There are many cars, but there is not a lot of money. The money is not many. And you see, pressure becomes more dangerous when you start paying. So don't rush. And then, of course, there is another thing that these sellers say. They will normally tell you pay deposit first. You pay some money. And I'm not saying that deposits are wrong. You can pay your deposit first, then you sort the things later. Yeah? It's okay. And I've made people pay deposits. Like, for example, there's a time we were buying a newer SI. There was none in the market with a trader that was taking 20 million. The only trader that was taking 20 million first payment had cars on the way. So we went, looked at pictures of cars that were coming, we took chassis numbers, and then we deposited 2 million. But we had an agreement. If the car came and we did not like it, they would refund our money. So when the car came 3 weeks later, we went, looked at the car, and we were very happy that we chose that car, and we paid the balance. I'm not saying deposits are wrong, but a careless deposit is dangerous. And before you get onto your phone to call me and tell me how you deposited on the car and now how it's not there, how they are not refunding your money because you guys called me, I need you to understand that the deposit is not wrong, but a careless deposit is dangerous. Before you deposit, I need you to know what exactly are you reserving. Yeah? Where and when is the transaction taking place? What price has been agreed? Will you be able to inspect the car? Is the seller and the owner authorized to do the transaction? Is the deposit refundable? Because you can deposit. When the inspection is done, the car doesn't pass. Will they refund your money? And under what conditions? Yeah? Is there a receipt? Is there a written agreement? What happens if the documents fail? What happens if the inspector Arthur comes and finds a problem? Hey, a deposit should not be emotional. It should be written. Because after money moves, your bargaining power reduces. And I've told you time and again, you give someone your money, you give them your power. You see, people don't want to give me their money. Because the moment you give someone money, you're giving them your power. And the most dangerous cousin of depositing is the next statement.
From dusty road to dreams we patrol.
You see, there is a very powerful statement that sellers, brokers, and your mechanic says when they are about to help you make a very bad decision. We shall fix it after payment. Gusasura tukakole. And the moment your mechanic starts siding with the seller, tujakakora, and they talk with a lot of vigor. Maybe the seller is honest and maybe they will fix it. But as a buyer, I need you to understand this. Before payment, you have power. After payment, you have hope. Before payment, you have power, but after payment, you have hope. Those are not the same thing. If something must be fixed, decide it clearly. Either the seller fixes it before payment, or the repair cost is deducted and you repair it yourself. Or the argument states exactly what will be fixed by who, when, and who will fix it. Which technician will work on it. Yeah? Do not leave it as a friendly promise. These guys are not our friends. Step to Agara. Bagara sent. So because we shall fix it, can become the mechanic is not around, the part is not available, You also saw the car. We already reduced the price. You disturbed it after. You see, friendships end after you have paid. So you need to be very, very, very clear as you're depositing on a car or as you're paying for a car. The moment someone says, "Well, shall we fix it after you have paid?" Ask yourself, if they are still making a profit even when they fix it after you have paid, why didn't they fix it before they sold it to you? So the statement sounds harmless, but it is, what can I say? It sounds harmless, but it's used to cover a lot of problems, major problems with the car. So don't listen to it again. And of course, finally, those are small things. With the cars, there is nothing that is a small thing. When a seller says those are small things, yes, can be small, but small things can also be expensive when many small things come together. You see the reason why the government doesn't allow gatherings. The reason why the city square was closed to us. Because when one person sits at the city square, it's harmless. When 10 people sit at the city square, that's where the problem comes. When one person walks around with a placard, that's okay. When 5 people walk to parliament with a placard, that's where the problem comes. So small issues are okay. But small things coming together to become many small things, that's where the problem comes in. Now, one tire may be small. 4 tires are not small. One bushing may be small. A full suspension work is different. AC gas may be small, but you're topping out gas. But you see, when it becomes a compressor, it becomes an AC pump, it becomes an evaporator. Yes, one sensor may be small, but a hidden wiring issue is not small. A small leak may be small today, but engine damage is not small tomorrow. A small leakage on the transmission is small, but tomorrow when the gearbox dies, if you drive a fuel, it will be 5 to 6 million. So when the seller says small things, start calculating. Small things are how much, and how many things, and how much will they cost, and who will fix them, and can you still afford the car after fixing all these things? This is how serious buyers think. Guys, every time a mechanic or seller tells you will need 1 million, count 3. Count 3. So every time they sell you the cost will be 10, count 30. So guys, as I go, and also remind you that we have the Love for Cars convention, we're going to learn about these things and more from me and other people. The Love for Cars convention will happen on 29th August 2026. I need you to understand that the statements I've talked about, they are not automatically lies, and they are not automatically bad things. But you see, every one of them needs confirmation. Car buying is not about mistrusting everyone. It's about protecting your money. If a car is good, inspection will support it. If the documents are clean, verification will support them. If the seller is honest, writing down everything. And if the deal starts becoming rushed, unclear, emotional, defensive, then the buyer needs to take a step back. A good deal should be giving you confidence, not pressure. Guys, I do pre-purchase inspection. Until next time, ciao. 'Cause Uganda we roll. From dusty road to dreams we patrol.